of you. In my case, somebody who needs glasses, I think. Anyway, it is that Twiggy Day bloke, the thinner record spinner. Here are for 3 hours of rib-tickling, knee-knocking, head-banging, finger-popping, wrist-twisting, toe-tapping, thigh-slapping, rock-and-roll music. And loves you from the Four Seasons. Great album that's taken from. It's a comeback period. Saw them do it live in Manchuria, the Republic of Manchuria. And from Australia, a group created by Vander and Young, used to be with Easy Beats. Love this. Waiting for a train. Don't get many of those nowadays, do you? Are they on strike this day? Probably. Andrew is cooking breakfast at the moment. I think I'm going to have mine after the programme. I don't eat while I'm on the radio. Drink plenty of tea, though. That's, of course, a flash in the pan. Great name for a group, though. And waiting for a train. Ma, 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 as they say. Good near Roscoe yesterday, wasn't it? Speaking of ma, ma, ma. Didn't tell his story about his minor burn. I might later on. First on the line, Mike Gunn. So, good morning to you. Happy Easter, my friend. Haven't had an Easter egg yet, or indeed a hot cross bun, but hopefully the tender, when it comes out with some visitors, will bring some. Don't forget the mail on Sunday. I know it's so demanding, isn't it? It's like the old days when people used to just pass the boat and fling us papers and fresh milk, because otherwise we had to live on long life milk. Ugh, I hated that stuff. Just doesn't do good on cornflakes or anything else. Anyways, you say it's great to hear you out in the ocean waves again. As a child on the way to a holiday in 1964, my first memory of Caroline, I was hearing it, Do What Diddy Diddy. And it's still my favourite record. I might dig that out then. And I think the answer to the question, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're in the draw for the 50 quid. Don't forget, it's what was her second number one from Madonna. And you could stand a chance of winning 50 quid. Some people are saying if we're winning, going to put it in the thing for the revitalising of the ship, which is a good thing. Catch up with a few requests of people sent yesterday. Didn't have time to do it. And this is especially for, who was it wanted this? Ah, yes, Hugh Jones and brother James from Holstead wanted to hear the first record that Caroline ever played back in 28th of March 1964. I used to know his full name. I've forgotten it now after all these years. And all proceeds of that used to go to UNICEF. I don't know if it still does. A fine organisation. But anyway, there's Peter and Peace, which we used to play a lot. Radio North International, Why the Hair Down to Here. It's a bit long. It's not short now, but during COVID, I grew it longer again. I thought, why not? I think a few people like that. Old hippies never die, do they? But, yeah, great memories and thought not fade away. Who was it that wanted to hear Peace from that? Quite a few, actually. Trying to catch up with it. Oh, where are we? Well, you know they are anyway. Oh, we'll mention them later on. Okay, hello to Lazio in Italy. This is Gio Barbera, who's listening down there as well. So, send you a Caroline Bell there for that. Nice to hear from you. And also for Dave Goldsack. I've been sacked many times. It says, but why is the minimum £20 for an appeal? I could afford £10 and now maybe 10 later. I don't know, is the answer to that. I mean, I would have thought anything would do, but what do I know? Perhaps Mr. Lewis will inform me that he knows more than I do. No change there then. Mike Gunn, hello. Good to hear from you. It's funny how people are using that word, which I better not say on this radio station. All right, and I do know this one is for. Oh yes, it is for Rob Foote from Gosport in Hampshire, who also suggested this one from Arrival, which we used to play on that good ship. One of the two hits they had. What a talented outfit from Liverpool. The Caroline theme, this. I knew I'd get her. It's an Anorak fest here, really, isn't it? These songs I play. But I don't care. I've never hidden the fact that I am a radio Anorak. I've just been given the power. and abusing it all the time. Thank you very much for joining me, approaching 9:30, and that was for Malcolm from Chelford St Peters and Ron Hope from Amersham as well. I think he wanted the Peter and the arrival. But anyway, the love ship was for Glyn Constable from Tony Larkin in Tunbridge. So they are very good. Always reminds me of Tony Allen, that record. What a great broadcaster. Well, it's 9:30. It's about time we played some of these, I think.
Creative Calendars offer the biggest selection of business promotional calendars in the UK. To keep your business name in front of your customers for a whole year, visit us at advertising-calendars.com. That's advertising-calendars.com. Minimum quantity is just 25 calendars, and we invoice after delivery, so your order is totally risk-free. Creative Calendars. Your customers will be delighted.
Don't miss out on the most incredible concert of the year. Iconic British rock band The Who is teaming up with the Royal Philharmonic Concert Orchestra for a once-in-a-lifetime show at the Royal Sandringham Estate in Norfolk on Bank Holiday Monday, the 28th of August. This very special event is the finale to their 2023 The Who Hits Back UK tour and features guest performances from Richard Ashcroft and the Lightning Seeds. Pete Townsend, Roger Daltrey and the band will perform the hits from across their entire 60-year career, spanning such classic albums as Tommy, Quadrophenia, The Who by Numbers, and The Who Sell Out. Buy tickets for The Who at the Royal Sandringham Estate at heritagelive.net and join us for an unforgettable night of music. And Radio Caroline has 10 pairs of tickets to give away to this unforgettable event. For the chance to win a pair, enter our free competition at radiocaroline.co.uk.
That's a must-go-do concert. Hope I can get there.
Are you planning a trip to Jersey but don't know how to get around? Look no further than Tanterby Blue Coach Tours, Jersey's largest coach tour company. We specialise in all types of travel, from island tours and private hire to weddings, transfers, sports tours and corporate events. You'll have the freedom to travel where and when you want at a time that suits you. Plus, our knowledgeable driver guides provide commentary about Jersey and its unique history, so you'll never miss a thing. For a comfortable and stress-free journey, pre-book with Tanterby Blue Coach Tours now at TanterbyBlueCoach.com. That's TANTIBY Bluecoach.com.
Is your smartphone, tablet or game console in need of repair? Then look no further than PhoneFixCraft.ie. As an Apple independent repair provider, we offer 100% genuine parts for your iPhone and Mac devices. But that's not all. We also repair all other makes of smartphones, tablets and game consoles and offer top quality accessories from brands like Otterbox, Basius and UAG. We provide worldwide mail-in repairs, remote diagnostics for Apple devices and remote desktop support, all from the comfort of your home. Visit PhoneFixCraft.ie or drop by our store at 179 Crumlin Road, Dublin 12. With 20 years of experience and over 100 5-star Google reviews, you can trust PhoneFixCraft to get your devices back in tip-top shape. Don't delay. Contact PhoneFixCraft today. Tell them Caroline sent you for a discount.
On 1368 and 648 AM.
Radio Caroline knows.
With Manx Radio.
It's fun.
Well, you have turned it on again. Easter Sunday with the Twiglets. Genesis. Phil Collins not too good at the moment in health, is he? Still singing her. Well, that's my favourite from Green Day. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I used to live there. Then I moved to Spain. Right. Okay, it's lovely to hear from it. I can feel the love that you're vibrating. It's I can't believe some of the messages you're sending. It's you've made an old geezer very happy, and thank you very much for that. And speaking of old things, the ship I'm broadcasting from, it needs a bit of attention, actually. We started a crowdfunder campaign because the Ross Revenge, which we're broadcasting from, needs a bit of help, the old girl does. It's been on the River Blackwater for nearly 9 years, and when you stay in the water that long, you start shrivelling up. I know from experience. So, oh, thanks for the tea. In simple terms, we are launching a crowdfunder campaign because we've got no other option, because none of us have got much money, that's for sure. It's crunch time if we want to save the ship. I don't think I won the lottery last night, otherwise I'd do it on my own. What if Keith Richard would be interested? Yeah. I know once he paid for a village hall near where he lived to be renovated. Perhaps it's because we played his record. Come on, Keith. Dig in your pocket, my friend. Come on, you know you want to. So we're looking for support from many different sources as possible. But anyway, check it out and look at the home of Radio Caroline, our charity Ross Revenge, and do it. And it'll be much appreciated. Now, everyone plays the Fortunes of Caroline. Indeed, I'm probably playing it later on because there's so many requests for it, needless to say. But we did actually play another record called Caroline, which turned into a jingle. And I thought you might like to hear it again.
Who's the favorite at the local hub? Who's the girl who makes me blow my top? I swim the ocean, climb the tallest tree for C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. When you're around, the weather's always fine. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. Come on and be my little clanging vine. Who's the girl who stole my heart away? Who's the girl I dream of night and day? Who's the one, the only one for me? It's C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. It's C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. Come on and be my little Valentine. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. Someday I hope to make you mine, all mine. Now, who's the girl I'm taking home to see? Her dad or mom and all the family. Who's the girl I'll always want to be? My C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline.
And I think the genius that was Tom Lodge, one of the greatest Caroline disc jockeys, had turned it into a jingle.
C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline.
And this was the first sure shot that Johnny Walker did when he joined Radio Caroline and deserted Swinging Radio England, leaving me alone out there. Well, I wasn't alone. Of course, I would join him a little bit later on. As soon as he knew we were closing down, he packed his bag and was off. Typical. Radio Caroline North with me, Roger Twiggy Day. And yes, the Johnny Walker theme tune. Walker, get your backside out here. It's about time he did some stuff on this boat. He'll do it one day, you know. I'll shame him into it. Thank you for all the messages. Better get round to saying some hello to some of the people. Sheila Barnfield, who writes into memories at radiocaroline.co.uk. No, you're right this time on the quiz question. Yeah. And also, this is for Eddie Butcher. Said, good to hear you this weekend on the Ross. Good to be here, my friend. It must be great to live the dream. I know, I was talking about this last night. I'm one of the lucky ones because I'd say 90% of people do a job that they don't like just because they earn the money. I'm one of the 10% that find out, you know, they can get paid for what they love doing. I started in May 1966. I never thought it was going to last. And here I still am. How many years on? Run out of fingers to count it. But I know I'm a lucky one. And I'm forever grateful. Living the dream, as you say. Hello to, it says, keep on twigging. That's David, ESP. All right, thank you for that. Yeah, nice. And also, because I don't like reading out self-praise, actually. Steve Wright used to do that. And I go, oh, that's embarrassing. Derek Skates from Wits to Bubble. Lovely place. The oysters and some good craft places, you know, micro bars. The first one ever was there, it was near there in Herne Bay. Lovely. Might try and get down there because I'm here for the month. Could you play Man of Action for Old Times? I was going to play that anyway. And Paul Rustling, get your hair cut. He says, happy and a merry time. Yeah, it's a good fun. By the way, Mr. Rustling, I read your book, and you say that they used to send plug records out to the ship when I was on it in a speedboat. They blooming well didn't. You got your facts wrong there, son. If it was, I wasn't on board at the time. Used to come by the tender. Rumph. That'll sort him out. It's Foreigner. Feels like the first time. Probably sounds like it as well. Feels like the first time. I know the feeling. Foreigner. Let's play one of those turntable hits we used to float around with.
Walk me out in the morning dew.
Should have been a hit. Why didn't you buy it? Radio the way it should be. Caroline North. Broadcasting from the seas, it can't be beaten. It's Tim Rose, Morning Dew, and from a wonderful album called I'm Nearly Famous. I've been joking. I used to have a T-shirt with that on. Oh well. It's a Cliff of Richard and the Devil Woman.
I've had nothing but bad luck. She's just a devil woman with evil on her back.
Lovely. Sir Cliff of Richard, who's still going strong. I guess he'll be touring soon. Probably have a new album out. He's no retiring, like me. Cliff Richard, and she is a devil woman. And broadcasting on 648 and 1368 kilohertz, courtesy of Manx Radio on smart speakers and around the world on the internet. This is Radio Caroline North. It is 3 minutes past the hour of 10 o'clock.
Radio Caroline North is sponsored by Feature Story News, provider of award-winning international news coverage for radio and TV stations worldwide. Find out more at featurestory.com.
Wonderful. And that is one of the Jojo Gunn. I think a couple of them used to be the group Spirit. And that is a Jojo Gunn and Run, Run, Run here at Radio Caroline North. Hour 2 with me, Roger Day. I'm here until midday. Could have done with a few more hours, actually. But anyway, I've got to make way later on because we have some fine people coming out here, you know. Yes, we do. Good to hear Fozzie on earlier on, Mr. Foster. He's got problems with the old cancer at the moment, so I hope that things are going to get better for you. I mean, I got over it, and if I can, anybody blooming can. So anyway, and Keith Rogers is going to be on a little bit later on. Dave Rogers, whatever he's calling himself nowadays, changes his name often, that fellow. He's a good lad, and it'd be great to hear him back this afternoon. And the Monk Man will be here later on. We call him Brenda. I can't tell you why. Right. He won't be pleased about that. I think it's the hat he wears that does it. Hello to Trevor. Sorry, just tickled my funny bone, that is. Yeah, good to hear from you, my friend. Nice to hear you. And also to, this is Karen Nightingale. Not the lady with the lamp. I wasn't going to say that. I was. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, you're right on that. Right answer. Hope you win the money. And also Tracy and Pete from Chelmsford. Happy Easter to all on board. It's brilliant hearing me from the Ross Revenge. Really? Okay. Good luck with the fundraising. Yep. Have you donated? Yes. Tim Hands from Nuneaton in Warwickshire. It said, hopefully you can return sometime next year. Yeah, March. I've got it in my diary already. Caroline's 60th anniversary, which is the day before my birthday. I'm a bit older than 60, by the way. Crikey, I'm planning for my 80th now. Hope I make it. And also to, is it Jan Sayer? Twiggy, you make me laugh so much. Well, the way I look at it, most people have jobs they hate, as I heard earlier on, and some people don't have good lives, they're ill, and that sort of thing. So you don't want to get somebody on the radio moaning, do you? You want to be cheered up. And that's always been my motto. Bring some smiles to somebody. Pam Bird. I used to know George Bird. Are you related to him? Loving awareness is back where you belong, Twigs. Yeah, love and peace. I can feel the vibes coming through. I am Pam Bird, admin of Free Radio Association. Wow! What happened to Jeffrey Pearl? I heard he was into, cryogenic stuff, where they freeze people and hope they cure them in the future. Is that true? Anyway, he was good. He did a lot of help and organised rallies at Trafalgar Square where people like me shouted their mouth off. Stuart, Lynn, Pam, Chock and Jackie. We had you back in 1967. I bet you didn't think I'd still be here. And also, it's for Ken from Norwich, live from Norwich. Nice to hear from you. Great to hear you back on the ship, says a very good self and the other Caroline legends, Keith Skews, Peter Phillips, a bit of Chicago. The fascinating pirate radio talk you did on the Cromer Pier around 4 years ago. Oh, and I had some Cromer crab while I was up there as well. Anyway, nice to hear from you. Keep them coming. It is memories at radiocaroline.co.uk. And this is one of the last records that Johnny Cash recorded. It's not a happy song, but I just think it hits your heart. If you've got any soul, you'll love this.
I would find a way.
Right. Something should have happened there, but didn't. Come on, where are you? Did I press the wrong button? Probably not. Ah, that's why. Stupid boy, Roger. That's what comes from trying to be clever. That was Hurt. Gets you, doesn't it? Right here. This will too. My theme tune. Mr. Dillon. Mr. Dillon! Everyone remembers that. Chester. Forever Young. Mr. Dillon.
May your wishes all come true.
That's my motto, and that is forever young, yes, growing old disgracefully. I worked for somebody once and they said, if you grow up, we're all in trouble. Life's too short to grow up, isn't it? No, thank you very much. Until I look in the mirror in the morning, I think, really? My dad's arrived, bless him. A lovely Bert, who many people will have met over the years. My biggest fan he was lovely. Pam, the lady from the Free Radio Association. By the way, you're listening to Caroline North and me, Twiggy Day. Thanks for the picture. I've never seen that picture before. It was one of the demos at Trafalgar Square. I'll send you an email from a private address because I'm finishing off the book this week and I'm adding a few little bits that I've discovered on here. I want to put a picture of me on here in the book, actually. And I haven't got that picture, and that would look great in the book. I look a right tart, to be quite honest. That's a technical word. So I'll send you a note, and if you can send it, if you don't mind, I'd like to put it in a book. The book will be ready. As I say, I'm going to do a discount deal via my website, so keep on the website. It'll be before August. I know I keep putting it back, but I want it to be right. There's lots of great stories in there and things you've never been told before, because I was there. All right, and there's a few authorities who won't like what I've got to say, but then I tell it like it is. No change there. So it's www.rogerday.co.uk. Now, would you like to win 50 quid? What a stupid question, Roger. Well, you can, and you might like to spend it in a web shop if you win, or give it to the Restoring the Ross Revenge. First prize is 50, second is 30, and the third prize is 20. All right, and the question is, the prize for this is, what was Madonna's second single to land at number 1 over Easter in the UK charts back in 1989? I think most people have got it right now, but good luck with that. I think it's time I had a bit of Floyd. This is for a fellow that used to come through a disco in Berkhamsted. It was called Florence. Friend of Zebedee.
Just nod if you can hear me.
Comfortably numb. Always like that. Permanent state nowadays. And that's the Floyd. For Florence used to come to the disco at the place in Berkhamsted. I used to do every Thursday. Perhaps other people used to go down there as well. When I'd heard down the car, like the picture that that lady sent me. Okay, here's the weather forecast for the Isle of Man. Dry and bright morning, but thickening cloud. Yeah, I'm always thick of it. Later we'll bring outbreaks of rain during the evening. Breezy with the southeast winds increase. Apparently it's going to be really bad winds tomorrow. Needless to say, the stupid way they do things, they've given it a name now. Why do they do that? Temperature is 13 Celsius. Here on the Blackwater, the sea state is calm and the visibility is good. It's lovely, actually. Next high tide at Bradwell Marina is 1509. That's 309 in old money. And tidal information is brought to you by Bradwell Marina, ideally placed for exploring the River Blackwater and beyond, where it's going to be a lovely day. Sun is shining now. Nice Easter Saturday. And next, it'll be the Moody Blues. It's a song you'll know well, but it's the, shall we say, the full-fat version, which I know you're going to enjoy.
Planning your retirement and savings shouldn't keep you up at night. At Paul Hipkiss Independent Financial Advisors, we take the worry out of looking after your pensions and investments. We offer long-term support and regular contacts to keep your plans up to date and on track. Why not give Paul or Caroline a call for a free initial discussion on 01884 254 726. That's 01884 254 726. Visit the office or send an inquiry via our website, paulhipkiss.co.uk. For peace of mind and a good night's sleep, we are here to help. We deal with inquiries throughout the UK and have helped many Radio Caroline listeners. Paul Hipkiss Independent Financial Advisors are authorised and regulated in the UK by the Financial Conduct Authority.
Attention all music lovers. Looking for a vibrant and exciting venue to enjoy live music? Look no further than Backstage at the Green in Kinross, one of Scotland's leading live music venues. Our intimate venue has hosted some of the best names in the industry, and we're proud to continue the tradition of providing great live music with our latest gigs, including Lindisfarne, Albert Lee, Rhino's Revenge, Greg Douglas from the Steve Miller Band, Karnataka, Ben Paul, Russ Ballard, and Chris Slade's Timeline, featuring the original AC/DC drummer. Don't miss out on the opportunity to see your favourite bands and discover new artists at Backstage at the Green. Visit mundellmusic.com. That's MUNDELL music.com for the gig info and book tickets. Or check out Backstage at the Green on Facebook. Let's rock Scotland together. Visions of Whittam is an independent, local family opticians for all ages and budgets, offering a caring, personalised service. With over 50 years professional optical experience, we love to look after your eye care needs. So come and see us at Visions of Whittam, 94 Newland Street. We're right on the High Street with free parking. Phone 01376 515 510 or visit visionsofwhittam.co.uk. Book an eye test now and quote radio to get 10% off frames, including our designer frames. Marsh Industries Limited is a UK company leading the way in the provision of world-class off-mains drainage solutions. To address the growing concern for the future of our country's waterways, Marsh is proud to launch GEM APS, a new range of environmentally sustainable solutions designed to lower phosphate and improve oxygen levels in our rivers and watercourses, helping to protect wildlife and our environment. From our UK factories in Northamptonshire and Somerset, we also deliver the Ensign domestic treatment plants within 7 days and larger commercial systems within 4 weeks. Protecting the UK environment has never been so important. So let's make a greener and cleaner choice. Choose Marsh Industries. For more information, visit marshindustries.co.uk.
Live from the Ross Revenge.
Great music and memories. Radio Caroline North.
On Max Radio and Radio Caroline.
Bit of a treat that, eh? From Nights in White Satin, that's the full-fat version from Days of Future Past. As you know, after the Amelia Fences Act, and even a little bit before, we used to exist, because there's no advertising around. The record companies used to pay for us to play records, some of which we would have paid anyway, like that, but others were rubbish. Another great record on Major Minor. It wasn't usually. But that one, the Moody's, well, their management paid for us to play it, and we played tracks from the whole album. And I used to sit on the top of the deck. What's it? Where they drive the thing? What do they call it? I don't know. But I used to sit there, and I used to listen to that, looking at the waves rolling by, and that, and just always, when I hear that record, I'm always back on the bridge. Got there in the end. Looking at it, so they are. Nights in White Satin, song about pyjamas, but they don't admit it. Gordon Smith from South Kent, not Margate, is it? Anyway, good to hear you. The thinner record spinner himself, absolutely right. John Newman, you're absolutely correct. Oh, by the way, donations, it's not a limit of 20 quid. 20 quid, if you go in for the thing, is, that's when you go in the hat to have a couple of days on the ship and be looked after, all right? But any other donation, could be a quid, whatever. So that's settled that one. Also, Lawrence Merlot, yeah, you're absolutely right. Also, Michael Player from Saffron Walden. We were talking about that yesterday. It's getting a lot of plugs, huh? And also, this is for Roland Mitenaire. I'll probably mispronounce that because you're from Belgium. And are you a loon? Are you a phlegm or a balloon? Because there's two kinds in Belgium, isn't there? I never know which is which. Anyway, yeah, thanks for those memories. It's lovely to hear from you, my friend. And also to John Bush from Queen's Head, Walton-on-the-Naze, not very far. And also, what was the instrumental I played yesterday? Says Nigel. Well, it was probably Soul Coaxing from Raymond Lefebvre, wasn't it? One we used to play a lot as well. And Mike Broad, I'm sure you are, from Althorn in Essex. It says, good morning, Roger, this has made my weekend. There you go on the Ross. You must have a sad life. It's good to be here. It says, there you have booked yourself in for the 60th birthday next year. I am. They're not going to keep me away, and I'll drag Skews and Walker out, no doubt, because they really should. And hello to Dave Brown. That's not the Dave Brown I do work with, is it? I don't think it is, anyway. Yeah, it's Dave and Lynn from South East London. How you doing? 3 days in a row, like how it used to be. Unfortunately, I won't be here tomorrow, but actually, I've got the bug now. It's I just haven't. It probably sounds like I'm such a fun time. It's memories at radiocaroline.co.uk. What have I got for you now? As you know, there's a lot of bad radio around. And this came out at the time it was beginning to get a bit like that, about the suits that have ruined it. Hang on, that isn't the original version. Hang on, I'll try and dig it out. might be old, but I'm quick.
There's a disc jockey in Hardenberg who works at WANT. Find what the people will find. Find what the people...
Yeah, sorry about the rubbish version of that. I'll have a word with Lewis. He'll get that deleted from the the running order, I think. Dear. That's a proper version. And it's so accurate about what's become of a lot of radio. The better music mix, eh? It usually isn't. And that's Rex Bob Lowenstein from Mark Giamino. I interviewed him once. A fabulous fellow. He'd never worked in radio, but he knew people that did, so that's why it's pretty accurate. That and Tom Petty and The Last DJ are pretty accurate. Both are going to be played at my funeral, which hopefully is a long way off. And Chris Pearson, not the Chris Pearson, he agrees with me about that. Marvellous. Here's probably my favourite Supremes record. This is Roger Day, the Twiggy, playing proper music at Radio Caroline North. And thank you for joining me. You've actually made my weekend. I can't remember a weekend I've had so much fun. This is Reflections.
Through the mirror of my mind.
I don't usually like cover versions. They're usually rubbish. But this is a great version of Knocking on Heaven's Door. Axl Rose is a bit of a naughty boy occasionally, often late on stage, but this is Guns N' Roses Knocking on Heaven's Door. Hopefully not for a few years yet. Or will I go to the other place? I saw him at Reading Festival once, and he was late, about 2 hours late. Apparently he's waiting for his wardrobe to arrive. Oh, lovely. Not too much of a star then. That is Axl and Guns N' Roses with Knocking on Heaven's Door. Got some Neil Diamond, got some Zombies, got some Gordon Lightfoot, and a bit of Led Zeppelin in the next hour. Just for your pleasure, you know. Thank you. It is the broadcasting on 648 and 1368 kilohertz, courtesy of Manx Radio on smart speakers and around the world of the internet. This is Radio Caroline North. You get another one of these now. It is 1 o'clock. Actually, I think I better play this.
Radio Caroline North is sponsored by Feature Story News, provider of award-winning international news coverage for radio and TV stations worldwide. Find out more at featurestory.com.
Lightfoot. Chris Farlow, there was some idiot put a thing on Facebook saying he died this week, and he hadn't. It often happens. What get into these idiots' brains? That's another one they said had died, and he hasn't. Gordon Lightfoot and Sundown, and before that it was A Beautiful Noise, which I hope we're producing here at Radio Caroline North. That was Neil Diamond, of course, he's got Parkinson's at the moment, hasn't he? And as a result, doesn't tour and that. But very moving article I saw about how he deals with it. My good friend Kid Jensen is also suffering from that. There's a lot of it about, actually. So anyone that's suffering from that, my good wishes to you. I'm getting so many emails, and I feel I've got to mention everybody. But if I do, I'm not going to play any music. So I'll tell you what I'll do. What I'll do when I get back to dry land, I'll reply to the messages. But it doesn't mean I don't love you. I do, but it's just I'm just overcome with the response, and I can't. It's like the tenders arrive with a sack full of letters, which used to happen in the old days. So I hope that's okay with you, because I think the music comes first. It always does. You don't want too much talking anyway, do you? I think it's time we played this classic from the Zombies, and it isn't She's Not There. I hope this is the original version. I'm holding judgment on.
Of the season. anytime.
This is the original.
If they talk,
Roger only plays originals. Why? I hate when they muck around with things. It is Radio Caroline North, and a great day lined up ahead. Ray Clark, the monk as I call him, or Brenda Blessing, well, it looks like that with a hat on, from 12 through to 3. By the way, anyone listening downstairs, thanks for the hot cross buns. Dave Blessing. It wasn't him that gave it. I'll tell you who it was later. Anyway, Keith Rogers, who you remember from Radio North-Sea and various other stations as well, Radio Orwell, where there's a proper station. And he's on from 3 through to 8. And round the office, Johnny Lewis, shocking lad, from 6 through to 9. Now, August, always a big day in radio history, particularly around the 14th of August, for obvious reasons. I'm going to be doing a gig at the Spa Pavilion in Felixstowe. And they got some guest groups. Vanity Fair, my old mates from Kent are there, and the fellow they said was dead this week. He better not be. Chris Farlow's going to be there, and also Dave Berry, and I should be talking about things piratical. It's going to be a weekend, actually, around Felixstowe, which is the obvious place to do it, and that's on the 12th. So it's the Spa Pavilion, and how much is it? It's 26 nicker to get in. And it's the Beach Boys. There's a surprise. Well, it's actually Brian Johnson. And this he wrote, it's called Disney Girls. This should have been a single, would have been a number 1. Lovely. Long time ago, that old best. That's Bruce and the Beach Chaps and Disney Girls. I saw them, they did a gig in my hometown of Margate last summer. And I thought, in my hometown of Margate, the Beach Boys, I don't believe that. So I came back from Spain to do it. And I must say, Margate's changed a bit since I used to live there. Right, people know what I'm talking about there, but not say. Now here's a record. This is Gary Lineker's favourite record from Led Zeppelin. Blackwater coming up soon, but that was T-Rex, best record they did, I think. Children of the Revolution, all revolting people like me. And before that, for Gary Lineker, his favourite record from Led Zeppelin, that's called The Immigrant Song. You'll see what I'm getting at. And this week we launched our crowdfunder campaign because the Lost Revenge needs help, actually. The old girl needs some attention. We've set up a charity, Lost Revenge, home of Radio Caroline. And it's been on the River Blackwater for a long time now, and it needs to be go to dry dock to be repaired, actually, a bit like the Mi Amigo went into Amsterdam to get sorted out as well when they ran aground. Simple terms, we're launching a crowdfunder campaign. We've launched it because we have no other option. It's crunch time if we want to save the ship. It costs a lot of money. Yeah, a lot. Unless you win the lottery, you know, you can help us with that. Now we've raised up to date 54k, but that's a fraction of what we need. We're looking for support because the more we get, we can get outside sources such as Keith Richard, National Lottery, Paul McCartney, may also donate substantially and help us to save the ship. You know you want to. That's the one I'm playing. Wow, that's one of the best records I made, I think, which is why I'm playing it for you now. Bit of a treat, isn't it? It is Radio Caroline North with me, Roger, and Creedence Clearwater Revival with my friend Tony Young, who had the privilege of going to see him at the Albert Hall. I couldn't because I was working. Okay, must say hello to David Craigie. Because he's given me some hot cross buns. Thank you for that. And Brother Rob and Kev and Gary and Andy. So, yeah, I think they're on a tour at the moment. Lovely stuff. And this time I told you about the weather. Dry and bright morning in the Isle of Man. Thickening cloud. Later we'll bring out bits of rain during the evening. That's not what we want, is it? Breezy with the southwest east winds increasing. Temperature of 13 Celsius. That's in the mid-50s, isn't it? On old money, the old Fahrenheit, which I still go on. Here in the Blackwater, the sea state is calm and the visibility is good. It's a lovely day, actually. The next high tide at Bradwell Marina is 1509, 309 in old money. Tidal information is brought to you by Bradwell Marina, ideally placed for exploring the River Blackwater and beyond.
Don't miss out on the most incredible concert of the year. Iconic British rock band The Who is teaming up with the Royal Philharmonic Concert Orchestra for a once-in-a-lifetime show at the Royal Sandringham Estate in Norfolk on Bank Holiday Monday, the 28th of August. This very special event is the finale to their 2023 The Who Hits Back UK tour and features guest performances from Richard Ashcroft and the Lightning Seeds. Pete Townsend, Roger Daltrey and the band will perform the hits from across their entire 60-year career, spanning such classic albums as Tommy, Quadrophenia, The Who by Numbers and The Who Sell Out. Buy tickets for The Who at the Royal Sandringham Estate at heritagelive.net and join us for an unforgettable night of music. And Radio Caroline has 10 pairs of tickets to give away to this unforgettable event. For the chance to win a pair, enter our free competition at radiocaroline.co.uk.
Is your smartphone, tablet or game console in need of repair? Then look no further than funfixcraft.ie. As an Apple independent repair provider, we offer 100% genuine parts for your iPhone and Mac devices. But that's not all. We also repair all other makes of smartphones, tablets and game consoles and offer top quality accessories from brands like Otterbox, Basius and UAG. We provide worldwide mail-in repairs, remote diagnostics for Apple devices and remote desktop support, all from the comfort of your home. Visit funfixcraft.ie or drop by our store at 179 Crumlin Road, Dublin 12. With 20 years of experience and over 100 5-star Google reviews, you can trust Phone Fix Craft to get your devices back in tip-top shape. Don't delay. Contact Phone Fix Craft today. Tell them Caroline sent you for a discount.
If you're looking for the very best in music books, look no further than Weimar Publishing. At Weimar Publishing, we've got a wide range of riveting biographies and luxurious photo books covering a whole host of artists, such as Pink Floyd, Kate Bush, Genesis, Bob Dylan, Thin Lizzy, Deep Purple, David Bowie, Tears for Fears, Dire Straits, and many more. See our full range and shop online at weimaruk.co.uk. That's weimeruk.co.uk. Or follow the link on the Radio Caroline website. You are sure to find something that meets your music needs. Weimar, where music speaks volumes.
Ah, do you remember that sound? The nostalgic sound of a vintage pinball machine. You might even have played one in an amusement arcade at the seaside back in the day. At the Vintage Pinball Company, we have years of experience in the repair, restoration and maintenance of these wonderful vintage electromechanical pinball machines. We also sell fully restored classic machines tailored to your requirements. The Vintage Pinball Company is based in Kent and offers a full UK collection and delivery service. Find out more. Visit vintagepinball.co.uk or email info@vintagepinball.co.uk.
On 1368 and 648 AM.
Radio Caroline North.
With Manx Radio.
It's fun.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born.
Hello. That wasn't meant to stop then. It's always the same when we've got guests in the studio. That was in the ghetto. We didn't hear the end of it. Elvis, you let me down. Probably listening up there. Anyway, in the ghetto, lovely cake. And it's the same old jokes, isn't it? Keith Rogers in the studio. My goodness. Radio North Sea International. He's a big lad. I've forgotten how tall you are.
I still remember it was a Radio Caroline do in Southend.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I do.
Remember what you called me? I couldn't repeat it on air.
Oh, really?
A long streak of...
I've just been there. I've always been a charmer. But, yeah, it's amazing. Lovely to see you. And you're on this afternoon, aren't you?
I am indeed. 3 o'clock.
Do you know that radio doesn't run on gas anymore? It's on electricity now, you know?
I wonder what that thing was downstairs making all that noise.
That's true. It's going to be great. He's a proper disc jockey, not a weedy little voice like me. He's got a proper voice. He talks like that.
Silly boy.
I used to listen to him when I was on shore and that, but I never actually was doing it on Radio North Sea, but
because we didn't actually broadcast at the same time, did we? You
No.
were there in early...
I started it, and then it went off for a bit, then they came back and you were on there as well. With
What month in 1970 did you use? Remember?
yeah, what month's the election? June, wasn't it?
June.
Yeah, Larry Tremaine, that's the American idiot in charge, he sacked me. I met him later and he said it was a big mistake. I always remember it. I'd come back from holiday in Spain and I phoned up, and it's a classic actually. I phoned the office and said, oh, I'm back, you know. When's the tender going out? And he said to me, for you, the tender is never going out. So I've always remembered that. I hated him ever since.
Well, I wasn't until September, though.
That's right. I know. Well, I wish we had. I never forgave him for that. But I met him in Los Angeles, and he admitted it's a big mistake. That was after I hit him. Anyway. Normally a man of peace. This is the Hollies. And this is the reason Graham Nash left, because it wasn't such a big hit.
If you could only see me making all his no-plans for nobody.
Radio Caroline North with me, the Twiglets, and Beatles and Nowhere Man. I used to work for him. And before that, this is the Hollies and the King Midas in Reverse. Yes, it was a very big hit, and that's the direction that Graham Nash wanted them to go in. So he thought, I've had enough. They want to go to pop stuff. And so he left to form Crosby, Stills and Nash. Haven't got time to play any of this. I might do. Anyway, they better get on, because otherwise I won't have anything to play. Sadly missed Tom Petty. I wish I'd seen him live. In more ways than one. This is Running Down a Dream. I'm living the dream.
It was a beautiful day.
The much missed Tom Petty. I was a great fan of his. I used to look at him thinking, why can't I be that good looking? Long blonde hair. Well, quite long, but not blonde. And I can't play the guitar like him. I have got an electric guitar, and now I've finished the book. No, I have. I'm going to learn to play it. There's a fellow called Lawrence Arch who lives near me. He used to play with Phil Lynott. And he's promised he's going to teach me. I said, I just want to play one song, just one song. That's all I want to do. Probably be that Deep Purple track. Everyone seems to do that, and it's probably pretty easy. This is Tina Turner. Glamorous Grandmother. Crikey, she's even older than me. That's rare. This is better be good to me. Better be good to me. I hope you will be. And that is, of course, the wonderful Tina Turner, one of the greatest females of all time, apart from Dusty Springfield, of course. Well, that's about it from me. I have enjoyed this. I've been after me to do this for a long, long time. And because living in Spain doesn't help. But I thought, I've got to get back, and I'm going to be back next March for the 60th anniversary. If you want to find out what I have to get up to apart from here, the book, you're going to buy that, aren't you? The pension fund needs it. So look at the website. It's www.rogerday.co.uk until the next time we meet. I'd like to say if you enjoyed it, Roger Day. If you didn't, it's Harold Wilson. Harold, I'm still going, and you're not. So I thought he'd finished my career. Mind you, that a few times, a couple of years ago, I thought it was done. But I'm still going strong, and I thank you very much for that. I say I'm sorry I couldn't mention everybody that wrote in, but it's like getting a sack full of mail. I will get around to replying to you in the next couple of days, but look out for the website, and I think you'll enjoy it. And I had to play this. This is the theme tune of Radio North-Sea International, which is the last boat I was on, really, apart from, Pirate BBC Essex. I don't think they're going to do any more of those. Next year's going to be a great year of celebrations. I hope you're going to join me for that. And then we'll have Crosby, Stills and Nash and Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. And then it's the Monk Man, Brenda Blessing in disguise. That's Ray Clark. Bless him. It was me that gave him the nickname of the Monk Man, because at the time he had hair at the side and the bald bit on the top looked like Friar Tuck. Anyone who remembers Friar Tuck? No, probably not. Anyway, it's a long time since I've had much fun, and thank you for helping me to do that. Keep smiling, have a good Easter weekend, what's left of it, and I'd like to say if you enjoyed it, Roger Day, and if you didn't, well, you did that already. Be good, be careful, if you can't, be there. See ya! Thanks for listening.
I suspect Roger Twiggy Day will be back on Radio Caroline before too long. Roger Day. Good afternoon, broadcasting on 648 and 1368 kilohertz, courtesy of Banks Radio on smart speakers and around the world on the internet. This is Radio Caroline North. Weather time right now is 12 o'clock.
Radio Caroline North is sponsored by Feature Story News, provider of award-winning international news coverage for radio and TV stations worldwide. Find out more at featurestory.com.
Ray Clark.